it is true, the trade is still scandalously stupid, but it becomes a scandal of an entirely different level.
Brittney Griner is a man. Well, come on now. This is another conspiracy situation, but you see this picture. No shirt. It's apparently an old...
Matt Walsh has just dropped a bombshell claim. He has never before seen locker room footage of Brittney Griner. And according to him, it's a confession that could change everything fans think they know about her. This isn't your typical leaked clip. Walsh insists it's raw, undeniable, and explosive. The timing raises eyebrows. Griner's release from Russia was already controversial, swapped for arms dealer Victor Bout, while other Americans remained imprisoned.
We're immediately suspicious about the reasoning behind this decision. This was especially the case given the fact that other Americans like former Marine Paul Whelan, schoolteacher Mark Fogel, were left to languish in Russian labor camps while the basketball player was brought home.
Headlines hailed it as a victory, a story of resilience, but whispers of favoritism and hidden truths never fully went away. Now, with Walsh hinting at a locker room confession, questions explode. What does she admit? Why was she untouchable in Russia? And why did the US government prioritize her release over others? If this footage is real, it could shift public perception overnight. The WNBA, her sponsors, even Washington could be forced into damage control. Fans are already speculating, theories spreading like wildfire. One thing is clear, whatever's in that locker room, it's the story everyone has been waiting for, and it's about to blow the lid off the narrative surrounding Brittney Griner.
As you may expect, it's got a lot of people asking the same question. Is that really a she? Now that I think about it, it kind of makes sense that when she was in Russia, that they decided to put her in a men's prison.
Everyone remembers the headline. Brittney Griner returned from Russia in a high-profile swap for Victor Bout, the notorious arms dealer. Yet, at the same time, other Americans like Marine Paul Whelan and schoolteacher Mark Fogel were left behind. The contrast was glaring, and it sparked instant suspicion. Matt Walsh has long questioned the reasoning behind this swap. On his show, he argued it wasn't about justice or diplomacy. It was about protecting the WNBA's biggest star. Losing Griner, in his eyes, would have left the league without its centerpiece. Now, he claims the locker room footage reveals exactly why she was untouchable. The whispers about Griner's special treatment aren't new. Athletes have been fined, banned, or criticized for far less. Serena Williams faced scrutiny over a catsuit. Sha'Carri Richardson was banned for cannabis, and WNBA players have been penalized for minor uniform violations. Yet Griner, even when protesting the national anthem or leading high-profile campaigns, continued to receive massive marketing support.
I assumed that was the case from the beginning. I assume it because I reflexively disbelieve everything this administration says. Also because a Griner or no one offer from Russia makes it easier on the White House. Russia would actually be doing the White House a favor by saying, we'll give you her or we'll give you nobody. Because it just makes it a simpler choice. But Russia's not interested in making things easier. It puts Biden in a more precarious and politically difficult situation to make him choose which American he wants. And so it just makes logical sense that Russia would prefer to put him in that situation. Especially because they likely knew that he would humiliate himself and his country by extension by choosing the lesbian basketball player over the Marine.
Walsh suggests this isn't just favoritism, it's protection. A league and a government going above and beyond to shield one player. And if the locker room footage proves what Walsh claims, it could confirm that Griner's influence stretched far beyond the court. Fans are already speculating online. Some wonder if this is the final piece of a puzzle that's been building for years. A truth the league, the White House, and sponsors have quietly safeguarded. And now all eyes are on Walsh, waiting to see if he'll release the footage that could change everything.
Everybody knows who Brittney Griner is, and if you don't know who Brittney Griner is, she is the WNBA star that we traded a weapons terrorist for about a year ago. And recently, a momentous personal occasion has happened for her.
You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling?
Pops.
Pops. Oh, let me get it together. About to be a pops.
Now look, man, it's 2024. I don't care if a woman and a woman want to have a kid together. Good on them. More power to them. But it's just so weird to me. You want your son to call you Pops, and whenever his friends ask, what does your dad do for a living? He's supposed to say, oh, he plays in the WNBA. Now, to make this even more confusing, Brittney Griner maintains that she is a biological woman and identifies as female. I don't know. Congratulations to Brittney Griner for bringing in a baby boy. I just think it's very fascinating how this human somehow finds a way to create controversy out of everything. At this point,
Now this is where things get truly tense. Matt Walsh isn't talking about old topless pool clips or harmless leaks. He claims the footage he has is entirely different, something that could change the narrative around Brittney Griner forever. According to Walsh, this isn't just casual locker room chatter. He insists the clip shows a confession, something Griner allegedly said that could explain why she was untouchable from the start. And while Walsh hasn't released it yet, the mere suggestion has the WNBA, its players and fans on edge. People online are already speculating wildly. Is it a hidden camera, a candid moment with teammates, or something else entirely? Every theory is being dissected on TikTok, Reddit, and sports forums, each more dramatic than the last. Walsh's silence has only intensified the suspense. But here's the kicker. Walsh claims this footage isn't just a personal scandal. It has the potential to shake the entire league. If it's real, it could explain Griner's VIP treatment, the way sponsors rallied around her, and why the government seemed to prioritize her release over other Americans. This is why everyone is watching Walsh closely. One wrong word from the league or Griner's camp, and speculation could explode into a full-blown media firestorm. One leak, and the story might not just be about Griner anymore. It could pull the WNBA and even political players into a storm they cannot control, and Walsh knows it. The timing of this release could be everything. Drop it during the playoffs or a high-profile match, and the world won't be able to look away. That's why the tension isn't just about the footage itself, it's about when and if Walsh decides the world is ready to see it. If Walsh releases this footage, the consequences could be massive. We're not just talking about Griner's career. The WNBA's image, its sponsors, and even political figures who were involved in her release could suddenly find themselves under intense scrutiny. Fans have already noticed the double standard. Other players faced fines, suspensions, and public backlash for far less. Yet Griner received VIP treatment, marketing pushes, major endorsements, and even high-profile government attention. Walsh's footage, if real, could finally show why she was treated differently and why the league was willing to bend over backwards to protect her. The stakes are even higher than the league itself. Sponsors could start questioning their investments if they feel misled. TV deals could be at risk, and if the footage touches on issues that involve government decisions or her release from Russia, political hearings and media firestorms might follow. Inside the WNBA, players are already anxious. Imagine teammates or competitors discovering there was a secret no one could talk about. Trust between athletes and league leadership could shatter overnight. Boycotts, walkouts, and internal conflict wouldn't just be possible, they could be inevitable. Walsh holding the footage gives him unparalleled leverage. He could time the release for maximum impact during the playoffs, a major finals matchup, or right after another headline-grabbing moment. Every day he waits, speculation grows, and pressure mounts on the league, sponsors, and even political figures. This is why everyone is watching, waiting, and questioning. Will Walsh release it? And if he does, what will it reveal? The suspense isn't just about a single player. It's about an entire system suddenly exposed to the public eye. Now, here's where it gets really intense. Walsh hasn't shown the footage yet, not a single frame. And that silence, it's driving everyone wild. Fans, players, and even insiders are speculating. What exactly does this clip reveal? The internet is buzzing with theories. Is it a confession? A locker room confrontation? Something that finally proves why Griner received the protection and attention no other player could dream of? The suspense is palpable, and every rumor only adds fuel to the fire. Walsh is holding the key. One release, one clip, could turn everything upside down. Careers could be shattered, sponsors could pull back, and the WNBA's polished image could crumble. Even political leaders connected to Griner's release could find themselves under intense scrutiny. And here's the kicker. Walsh might not release it at all, or he might wait for the perfect moment. A major game, a headline-making endorsement, or a political story could be the trigger. That's what makes the situation so explosive. Every second that passes increases the tension, and everyone is watching to see what happens next. So what does this mean for you, the fan? It means you're witnessing a story unfolding in real time. A story of power, protection, and secrets that could change everything you thought you knew about the WNBA and Brittney Griner herself. Stay tuned, because when Walsh drops this, this, nothing will ever be the same. This is the part where we remind you, the viewer, why this matters. Walsh isn't just stirring controversy for clicks. If this footage is real, it has the potential to expose a side of the WNBA and Brittney Griner's story that no one's been allowed to see. The stakes are massive. Careers, reputations, sponsorships, and even government decisions could all be pulled into the spotlight. And while we wait for Walsh to finally reveal what he's holding, the suspense keeps growing. Every day brings more speculation, more leaks, more whispers, and the longer he waits, the bigger the impact will be. So here's your move. Watch closely, stay informed, and don't scroll past a single headline. Engage in the conversation, share your thoughts, and follow the story as it unfolds, because when Walsh drops this clip, the fallout will be unavoidable. One thing is certain, the story isn't over, not by a long shot, and when that locker room footage finally sees the light of day, it could change everything you thought you knew about Brittney Griner and the WNBA itself. Hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed. This is with Moment this story explodes.